Hi everybody, I'm Ryan. Today we're going to look at the Legacy metagame over the course of the past week. We'll see what decks are the most popular overall, what decks are the most popular in top 8s, and what decks should you expect at the top tables. Now when we look at this metagame, I am taking them from League 5-0s, Prelim 4-0s, and Challenge top 32s. So to some level, this is a winner's metagame. Let's do it. So the most popular deck overall is Blue-Red Delver, and that's really to no surprise. As the initiative hype slowly dies down, the most consistent deck in the format is going to continue to reign supreme, at least as the most popular deck. It is the most popular deck by such an incredible margin, which actually really surprises me, with how much people are talking about initiative. Delver's kind of creating some different innovations by playing an Underground Sea and a Snuff Out to be able to beat initiative, and that seems to be, kind of working. The second most popular deck, to nobody's surprise, is White Initiative. This initiative deck, with these Dungeons & Dragons, commander cards, is just disgusting. The starts with this, there's some starts with this deck that are just unbeatable without a Force of Will or two. And so Initiative is definitely going to remain as a top deck. And then the third most popular deck, by a very slim margin, is 4-color Control, the Uro Control deck. So the Blue-Red Delver deck, for people that don't know, which is, I'm kind of interested if you're watching this video and didn't know about Blue-Red Delver, we're not going to spend a ton of time on it, but it's a tempo deck, plays these 3-power 1-mana creatures, 8-power 2-mana creatures, draws a bunch of cards, and interacts with you with Force of Will and stuff, and tries to kill you before they run out of gas. It is an incredibly powerful and extremely consistent deck. Better players do better with it because there's a lot of decisions in the deck, and it's remained at the top of the metagame for a really long time in Legacy. The second most popular deck, the White Initiative deck, is a deck that basically is trying to get the initiative. Now, the initiative basically says you venture into the Undercity and you venture into a dungeon. There's a lot of layers of the dungeon, but they're all very, very good for initiative and allows you to kill extremely quickly by using things like Ancient Tomb and City of Traders alongside Lotus Petal and Chrome Mox to cast these 3 and 4 mana initiative cards on turn 1 and then back them up with cards like Solitude and Swords of Plowshares. And the idea is you either kill them very, very quickly because the 3rd level of the dungeon makes your opponent lose 5 life, or you get all the way through the dungeon and just bury your opponent in card quality. The third most popular deck, 4-color Control, is sort of what it sounds like. It's kind of a creature-y control deck. It's an Uro control deck where you're trying to control with Swords of Plowshares, with counterspells, and just bury your opponent in card advantage and board presence. And just stop your opponent from what they're trying to do. And sometimes that's with creatures, and you can apply pressure while stopping your opponent from what they're trying to do, and that's what makes a control deck, and that's okay. Now, if we're to look at the top 8 metagame, the top 8 metagame is actually really similar to the overall metagame. At the very top is Delver, by a slimmer margin than its overall metagame presence, followed closely by the White Initiative deck, which we've already talked about. But in third, placing a few in top 8s this past weekend, is Legacy Hammer Time. Legacy Hammer Time is this really interesting deck where it's literally just copying and pasting the engine of Hammer and Modern into a Legacy shell with the Legacy upgrades and better mana and whatnot. And I swear the first time I played against it, I thought I was being trolled, and then I got crushed by it. The Hammer Time deck, just like Modern, is just focused on putting Colossus Hammer, which gives +10/+10, but you need to kind of cheat it on a creature because the equip cost is ridiculously high onto a creature. Normally at instant speed with Sigarda's Aid. And kill your opponent super, super quickly with that, which is a very real thing in Legacy. And this might be the most surprising thing for me in this whole metagame is Hammer Time putting multiple in the top 8, showing that it is a very real deck that we should pay attention to. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more metagame analyses like this, let me know. Please like and subscribe. Also, let me know if you want me to analyze the metagame in any other way. I'd really appreciate it. Make these videos a little bit longer and with a little bit more analysis. But this is really all I can think of right now. But please leave a comment letting me know what you thought. I really hope you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.